Welcome to this week's Torah lesson. This week's Torah portion is Parsha Emor. The question of the week is, how can we glow and shine? So in this week's Torah portion, the Torah begins and it says, Emor el kahanim, to speak to the priest. V'amarta aleim, you should tell them. So Rashi asks, why does the verse say twice Emor? We know the Torah doesn't have any extra words. And Rashi says, it says it twice, to inspire us, lahazir hagdolim alaktanim, that the adults should educate the children. So the Rebbe asks, if that's the message, to educate the children, we should have been told that right after the Torah was given. Why wait now till Parsha Emor? So the Rebbe says, what's interesting is, by divine providence, this week's Torah portion, Parsha Emor, has the mitzvah of counting the Omer. And we are actually right now in the period of counting the Omer. What we find by counting the Omer is every single day we count the Omer, but also we transform ourselves. We go through every one of the attributes, the way they're interconnected one with the other, a total of 49, and every single day we transform ourselves. So what do we see the lesson from Suras Omer? That education is constant and consistent. So the Rebbe says as follows. When it comes to basic education, the Torah doesn't tell us the adults should educate the children. That's obvious. The Torah was given, the adults are going to educate the children. Over here, the Torah is teaching us something totally different. Lahazir, that we should shine. So the simple idea is that you want to make the children shine. So we know that according to Kabbalah, it says, Lahazir hagdoilim al yidei aktanim, that when you educate the children, when you educate someone that not on the same level as yourself, you start shining. So the message over here is that by teaching and by inspiring, we end up shining. And what's interesting, the Rebbe says that the Torah portion Emor is an abbreviation for Eish, Mayim, and Ruach. Fire, water, and air, which is the three basic elements, and which is connected to the emotions. Every giver, the emotions are solid. But what happens is, when you're a giver, you're not complete. And when you teach this child, then you become complete, because when the emotions go down to the world of Malchus, then the teacher becomes complete. So the first Emor is referring to Eish, Mayim, and Ruach, which is the teacher, the one that's inspiring. Ve'amarta is when you teach the child, when you teach the student, you add a Tuf, and the Tuf resembles Malchus, the receiver. So when does the teacher become complete? Emor, he's only an Emor. When does he become Ve'amarta? When you educate the child. So to answer the question, how can we glow and shine? By helping others, we will glow and shine. This week's Torah lesson is dedicated to the memory of Baruch ben Aryeh Leib, Shlomo ben Yosef, and Rachel bas Lipa. May their souls be elevated by the Torah we're studying in their memory. Thanks so much for joining us for our weekly Torah lesson. For more information, please see our website, chabadswf.org. Have a great and blessed week. Shavua Tov.